5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is Two with a, and here's your hosts, Brian and Chris.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to episode 9 of Two Bleeps with a Mic. Joined here by my recovering co-host.
Yes,
Brian.
buddy. We're
How you
back.
doing? We are back.
We're
Most
back
definitely.
again. Short vacation for you. I died a little bit from being sick, but we're back. I'm happy we're back.
We're back.
We had over.
We had a little bit of a hiatus. I was, out of town enjoying the world.
Out of the country, sir. You're a culture man.
Yes, now I'm a man of the world officially. I wanted to jump back in. It's been a while. We had missed you. Had missed seeing your face. So, we're here. We're here back and lamenting, or maybe not in your shoes, lamenting the Heat and the play-in
exactly
fallout.
what I said would happen at the beginning of the year, and I haven't been wrong again for like the last 3-4 years in a row.
Precisely that. That our beloved Heat are we're finally free. We are free from the shackles of the play-in. The play-in champs are no longer more. The Heat finally freed us of this purgatory of watching them yet another year or another game even of doing this song and dance of trying to be competitive.
I hate this team so much.
And it's now over. It's over. The season's over. We can put this behind us, for better or for worse. Did you glean anything from this season? Was there anything that you learned or that we can take away as like any sort of positive?
No, because it's the same thing I've said through the last 3 years, and it's the same thing that happened. I said it was going to happen in the beginning of the year. They tried to fool us with being like the fastest paced team in the NBA, and then Tyler Hero comes back, and him and Norman Powell can't play together.
Yeah,
and it's exactly everything that we said, or that I said for sure, came true. And I'm so tired of being right in this team, and I hate them because I'm happy they lost because they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. But I'm also pissed that they lost to the bleeping Charlotte Hornets.
I agree with that.
Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I was upset that they lost, but there's another side of me that wasn't, because we did, in a lot of ways, they did need to lose this game, and I will never root for my team to lose. I've never been that fan. I don't consume sports that way. But the best thing for this team was for them to lose that game. However, I am upset that they lost to the stupid Hornets and to that stupid LaMelo Ball.
That dirty ass LaMelo Ball that loves to trip Bam every couple of years.
Yes, but I now that I've had time to think about the whole fallout of the whole LaMelo Bam thing, I'm not as upset at LaMelo as I am at the Heat. Because old Heat teams, and I remember telling you this, old Heat teams, after that would happen and you take out our leader, you take out our captain, our best player, they retaliate. They would do something and rectify, even if the officials didn't, because the officials clearly did not do anything. They didn't give him any sort of flagrant, nothing like that.
That's another
and
thing.
That's fine. Right? We're not gonna sit here and bitch and complain about the foul and then at the same token complain that the NBA is soft. So You can't have it both ways. So was it a dirty play? Absolutely. But it's playoff basketball, or you're seemingly trying to get into the playoff basketball. So like shit like that would normally happen, or you would expect to happen. Those, blur the lines kind of thing, plays. I'm most upset that there's no one on this fucking Heat team that did anything about it. That no one had his back, no one gave him a hard foul, no one put his ass in the stands. That's what I'm upset about. That there's no asshole on this team that had Bam's back.
Yeah, I think we touched on this ourselves, like by when it happened. But this is a soft ass Heat team. Udonis would never let that happen. You put Dwayne Wade on his ass like that, and he's out for the game. LaMelo's in the stands.
Yeah, like you put him on his ass. Like you're gonna do that. You're gonna take out our best player. Okay.
And this is a failure on Pat Riley's behalf, on fucking Spoelstra. Like, Dexter Pittman is not walking through that door to give somebody a chicken wing. Okay? Where's the guy? Why do we have Myron Gardner's on the the roster.
The sad part is that
you don't
he's
put him
the
in.
guy that's most likely to do it. It's Myron Gardner, the 13th guy on the two-way contract.
And you don't put him in. That's the whole point. Dexter Pittman was that guy. Dexter Pittman, somebody touched LeBron, somebody touched Wade. Dexter Pittman was coming in and giving a chicken wing. Always.
Boom! Un golazo.
But he's not walking through that door anymore.
Yeah, and that to me was like the most damning thing. Like, loss aside, like, and sidebar, it was a great game. Like, as far as much as we've been bitching and complaining about the NBA being bad this year, it was a great game. Like, it was two middling teams, but it was a great game. It was very entertaining. A lot of big shots. Shout out to Kobe White, like, that guy's a playing legend at this point.
Yep.
But the most damning thing was the fact that there is no dog, there's no asshole in this team to respond the way that you would anticipate older Heat teams or older iterations of Heat teams to respond when something like that happens. And that to me was like the most
egregious, like, inexcusable thing ever. Yeah.
Not egregious, excusable. I guess it makes me sad to a sense, because a lot of Heat teams, like, even when we weren't in championship aspirations, like, they still had an edge to them. Like, they were still motherfuckers to play, even if they weren't going anywhere, even if they were going to be a first round exit or a second round exit or whatever. They still you still have to feel their presence, and they made you feel them. They beat you up, whatever. And you just don't have any of that with this team. I think it's like it's a combination of just a bunch of, like, nice guys and, like, okay basketball players, but you just don't have that that asshole to kind of be the enforcer anymore.
That's a huge hole in the team. But besides that, it's like they're really bad. And Heat Twitter, I love you guys, but we need to have a conversation. I don't want you guys to talk to me anymore or anybody about how good Bam is and all this stuff. This is 3 years in a row. We just saw, and by the way, no complaints about Bam this year. Probably one of his best years of his career.
2010.
Best years of his career, efficient, great, had that 83-point game. He's been wonderful, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get to be a 10th seed and knocked out of a fucking play-in game when he's your best player. Not only did this team suck and were soft and didn't help Bam out, this team is not a Giannis away.
They're not.
I'm so sorry, guys.
They're not.
But even if you get the pie in the sky idea of getting Giannis,
yeah, I came to that realization
team
too.
At best is a 6th seed. Like, this team is not any good. You have Tyler Hero and Norman Powell. Norman Powell was a steal. Like, we stole them from the Clippers for nothing. He was wonderful all year. I mean, for the first half of the year.
For the first half, up until the All-Star break.
But you're telling me you have 2 All-Stars, 3 All-Stars on the team? Bam, Tyler Hero, and Norman Powell, and you couldn't figure it out? Like, Norman Powell and Tyler Hero can't play together?
Yeah.
Like, this team is just not even close. You had to go and, like, tough it out against the bleeping Charlotte Hornets, who have nobody on that team that's ever been anywhere before. This kid, Knipple, who I thought was, could have been Rookie of the Year.
Could have.
Like, right there with Cooper Flagg. And he just spit up over himself the first chance he gets in a big game. Like, the kid was horrible.
Spo had him in jail.
Like, horrible, that team. And then you guys struggle to keep up with them because Bam goes out and you guys lose in that fashion, like, to a shit franchise, a shit team. Like,
it hurts.
It's just, we're so far away
right here
from being anything. We're not even the scrappy 8th seed. Like, we were the 10th seed and you still lost. Like, we're so far away. This idea of Giannis is going to fix everything, not even close, guys. Giannis is that's going to be Milwaukee Bucks 2.0 if you get Giannis. No help for that guy.
I think I tend to agree with you on that, because not only did they finish as a 10 seed, right? But they finished in the 10 seed in a year where Tatum was out the most of the year. So Boston,
the Pistons are the 1 seed.
For all intents and purposes, Boston was kind of taking a gap year. And you weren't even close to getting, to touching them. Indiana was a tank job from game one of since the season tipped.
And they're going to get rewarded though.
And not only did you not get anywhere close near the top 8 with those teams out of it, you had Atlanta leapfrog you, you had Charlotte leapfrog you, you had
Orlando blanked you the whole year, 0-5 against Orlando Magic.
Toronto leapfrogged you, and even the Orlando Magic, as shit as they've been with the expectations that they had going into this year after getting Bane, they were shit the entire year unless they played the Miami Heat.
Yeah, they were the greatest team of all time against
when they played the Miami Heat, they were the 15 Warriors. And
don't forget your favorite player, Joel Embiid.
And Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid continues to miss half the season, and the Sixers, with VJ Edgecombe and Maxey, still, they're in the play-in, but they're a 7th seed.
That's the frustrating thing. It's like I hear this argument all the time, like, it takes 2 teams to make a trade. It's not just that. I'm like, guys, I'm not in the front office. I don't know everything that's going on.
Right.
But when the stat is there's only 2 teams that didn't make a trade, and you're the only team in the Eastern Conference that didn't make a trade, like, there has to be something that you can get for somebody, right? Like, you can't tell me that you're either telling me that all of my players have 0 value in the NBA, which is horrible, or the Heat don't want to do anything, and they're like, oh, well, that's not the case. It's Pat Riley. Yeah. Look at this team, guys. Like, no moves. You look at 76ers. They're bad for a little bit. They get VJ Edgecombe. All right?
There's an embargo on the Heat. There's an embargo. People are refusing to trade with the Heat. That's what
we call it. The Hawks made a ton of moves. All right?
They got off of Trae Young.
Take a chance on Kuminga. Look at all the young pieces they have. The Magic trade for Bane. Too much, whatever. But they did something.
Yeah.
The Celtics. They go get the Russian. Like, there's a million moves to be made.
Yeah.
And the Heat are saying, oh, well, I like my guys. Well, guys, you need to criticize the Heat, because if they're saying this whole time publicly, we like our guys, we're better than our record, we're better on their record. We've been hearing Spo say that for 3 years in a row, and they're not better than the record. So either the NBA is against us, or we're really bad talent evaluators now. Like, you guys can't have everything, Heat Twitter. Like, we're just bad. You have to face the music. We are bad. They've made a ton of bad choices to get to this point.
Yeah.
There is no hope. We're not going to jump. The last year when we were supposed to jump in the lottery and get Cooper Flag, because that was our pick, and we didn't get it, fine. This year you're in the lottery again. You're going to pick, 12 or 13, whatever it's going to be. For what? And then I don't even trust him to draft, because I believe... What's the year that Tyrese Maxey got drafted?
That was the Precious Achua draft.
We drafted Achua, and literally the next pick was Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah. I mean, that's their one blemish on their recent track record.
But it's not just fact that it's a blemish. Like, people are like, oh, look at Bam, look at Tyler Hero. Yeah, but those guys have reached their ceilings because they were picked 14th, 15th, or whatever.
Right.
There's a huge difference from drafting a guy at 14 or 15 or the top 5. And the clearest example I have is you look at Boston and you look at Miami. Everybody's like, oh, well, they got lucky with Brown and Tatum. No, they drafted 2 top 3 guys.
Yeah, they fleeced from the Brooklyn trade.
And we have 14 and 15 guys. Now, has Bam exceeded his ceiling? Probably. Yeah. Tyler Hero as well. But that's their ceiling. Those are those guys. Like, the NBA is not really that bad at talent evaluators. Not all the time. Like, the outliers are huge stories because of that. They're outliers. Like, we don't get that many Ben Simmons or what's the guy, Anthony
Bennett.
We don't get that many of those, right? But you have the team
James Wiseman
that suck. They go, all right, look at
Marvin Bagley
in Indiana, right?
Woof.
Halliburton's out, but they got also unlucky. Everybody got hurt, and what did they do? All right, let's just shut it down. And now they're about to get rewarded, probably with a top 4 pick, when this draft class is loaded.
Well, they better hope it's a top 4 pick, otherwise they lose it.
Yeah, I think, but they're one of the worst records in the NBA. Like, they're top 4.
Yeah, they have it's like almost a coin flip. I think they have like a 52% chance of it being top 4.
So I think they're going to be totally fine, but they're going to get a top 4 pick now, And the Heat are what?
Yeah. I think to add the cherry on top of your shit Sunday right now is the fact that the only teams that the Heat finish in front of are the clown show that was the Milwaukee Bucks all year and 4 teams that tanked in the East. And it
And
was
we did it.
Chicago.
We tried. We're super hard, hardest working,
Yeah.
toughest, whatever the bleep you put on the court.
Right. And you were better than the Wizards who weren't trying, the Nets that weren't trying, the Bulls that stopped trying after like 20 games.
Yeah.
And the other team is escaping me right now. Indiana, who was
And their thing is
from the
just
day
like
one.
they you didn't have Halliburton, you expected them to compete, and then all of a sudden no Siakam, no what's the other one, Mathurin, no Nemhard, like everybody's hurt. Like, all right, like they're kind of like the Florida Panthers of this year, right? In the NBA, like they got ravaged by injury and they did the right thing and shut everybody down, and now they're about to get rewarded. And guess what? Halliburton's going to be back next season, and they're going to be at the top of the Eastern Conference again because they're just a year removed from the finals. Like, and the Heat, bien gracias, nothing, just sitting there. Like, oh, I really like my team. Shut up, Spoelstra. I don't want to hear that shit anymore, Eric.
I'm kind of tired of Spo, man. I'm tired of the Spoisms and the keep churning along. And like even for Spo, like he said some out of character things this year as far as like when someone brought up the stats to him that they were 0-12 against Boston, Orlando, and Toronto, all teams that give them matchup problems because they have positional size and they just give them a hard time because the Heat are always the undersized team. They're always the smaller team. And Spo had a quote like, "Oh, if you take that out, like we have a pretty good record." And it's something that Spo would just never say.
Yeah.
And I feel like he said things like that this year. It's just like out of character for all the things and all the Spoisms that we get constantly. And it's almost like pacifying or justifying this, us or not us, the Heat being in the wilderness of the last 3-4 years, and it's just aggravating because that's not something that we are used to seeing from our coach and something that we should be hearing from him.
Stuff that's being handled incorrectly. Like, again, Khalil Ware, I'm like lost on how they're deciding to handle him because people are making the argument to me that it's like, oh well, because Spo's handled him this way all year, he played so good in the Charlotte Hornets game, and I'm like,
he did.
I could argue that that's the reason why we were bad. Because Spo mismanaged Khalil Ware, and if you just give the kid minutes and touches, he's a double-double machine, right? He's a poor man's Wemby. Excuse me. Like, he is really good. And somehow you need to find a way to make Ware and Bam work together. I saw Bam be one of the top 5 players on Team USA just because you put Anthony Davis next to him. That's all you had to do was put a big-ass guy that can shoot, that can create his own shot, and is a lob threat, and all those things, and a really good rim defender. All of those things.
Right.
Right?
And Ware is not there yet because Ware is probably...
No, but he's 20 years old. You give this kid
You want to see him take the lumps.
Then you want to tell me, hey, I can't trade him because he's such a valuable asset. But I'm not going to play him either. But every time I've seen that kid play meaningful minutes, whenever Bam's out, he's does an incredible job. I mean, he had like 11 rebounds and like 5 blocks or something in that game, plus like 18 points. Like
right. And if you're going to lose anyways, if you're going to be the same team with or without Ware or playing the kids, if you're because like that's the aggravating part, right? Because regardless of whether you play them or not, it's not going to change any sort of trajectory on the team. It's not like they're going to be any worse or better with or without them. So just play the kids and see what you have. And and I make the same argument with Yakachonis. Like, he got 0 minutes in that Charlotte game. Why?
Yeah, why? Why is he not playing? Like, I already know what
Davion
Mitchell
to get that experience. Like, yes, he's 20 years old, but like, what are we doing?
What did you draft him for?
Exactly. What are we doing here if not here to find out what we have in these draft assets?
And then the final thing I'll say on all that is your boy Jovic.
I told
you I didn't want to give him the money because So you give this kid the money, knowing, and that's the thing that's the worst part, is like, oh, we don't know as much as them. They knew they were going to play this style. Jovic is out here saying, I've got to adjust to this fast-paced style of play that we're doing now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you guys knew you guys were going to do this coming into this season. Change the offense. And you still decided to give that kid $60 million or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
Which
he's
I was
played,
a proponent of, admittedly.
But he plays not. I was like, I don't want to give anybody that money because he hasn't shown me anything that he's worth $60 million over the next 4 years. And now you gave him all this money, and he didn't play this season. Like,
just
did not play this season. And it's like, what did you give him the money for? So not only that you not want to trade him for anybody good, you gave him the contract. Okay, fine. He should be out there playing more than Bam or Tyler Hero if you're paying this guy $60 million over the next 4 years. Because now you just paid $60 million for a paperweight at the end of the bench. I saw more Myron Gardner than I saw Jovic, which is insane.
Insane. We saw more Simone Fontecchio.
What are we doing?
We saw Jovic.
Like, what are we doing? If he's not good, and that's the thing, is where all the Heat fans, don't come at me. You guys have to say something that makes sense. Either, well, he's not ready. So then why'd you pay him the $60 million? Well, we don't want to talk about that. Okay. Where's not trying hard? I was like, I just saw him get 5 blocks in a playoff game. Oh, but it's because Spo did it this way. Really? Tyler Hero and Norman Powell. It's going to be fine.
No, that was never going to work.
Like,
I appreciate the attempt, but like and then the fact that Tyler came into the season hurt, like just kind of derailed that. Even despite the fact that they got off to a good start, just the in and out of Tyler being in and out, and then Norm being in and out. It's just you never got any sort of rhythm with either of them. And then you can't and quite frankly at the end of the day, you just can't play two guys in today's NBA, two guards that are just
turnstiles on defense.
that are defensive sieves. You can't, and teams are going to punish you for it, and you put your eggs in that basket. It didn't work. You had to abandon ship at some point in the season, and and in the process, you've probably pissed both of them off at some point. And now you have a decision to make. Like, are you going to bring Norman back? I don't think there's any way that you can.
No, I don't think he comes back.
And now you have Tyler going into the last year of a deal. And it's just like, you got a lot of shit to figure out. Like, you got to look in the mirror and see what the hell we're going to be.
Which, by the way, I could have gotten anything for Norman Powell. Anything. I could have traded him for anything. He's a all-star point guard that could have helped any team right now in the playoffs that would have given me assets for him. I don't want to hear that there was no deals to be made. I could have got a first-round pick for Norman Powell.
Maybe.
I could have got some assets for him. Anything. Anything at all was there for the taking. You saw some of these trades, and it's like, yeah, we have those things.
Or even for just a two-way player that's been underutilized, or someone someone that hasn't been mined, some 8th or 9th guy on the bench that is waiting, just for once for this Heat team to not be totally undersized and outmatched every single night, because for so long they've had to hang their hat on, we got to be scrappy, we got to do the extra effort things, and it's just because you just can't play big. They've never been able to play big and just be big and just be bigger than the other team and play basketball that way.
And they have a 7-footer on the team that they don't want to play.
And then they play the 7-footer with Bam, and then you still feel like they're not big, because then you have Tyler or Norman or both out on the floor, and then that kind of throws the whole defense off whack. And it's just just a slew of things.
We're a nowhere franchise right now. Nowhere franchise.
They're in the wilderness.
Let them go because they suck. I don't want to talk about them anymore. They're probably one of the worst franchises in all of the NBA right now. They have no hope anywhere, and I don't care about them. By the way, you want to know what's funny? Portland Trailblazers, that whole thing with Dame, they're in the playoffs, by the way. They're the 7th
They're in the playoffs as a 7 seed.
So, yeah, F the Heat right now.
Oh.
I don't care about them. We should talk about the rest of the NBA, though, because the playoffs are officially starting. Last night, well, at the time of recording this, last night the Warriors have been eliminated.
They have.
by the Phoenix Suns. Jalen Green forgot that he was still in the NBA. Dropped 30
Jalen Green
points.
forgot that he can do those things,
Yeah,
or remembered that he could do those things when he wants to, and
Kind
he
of
decides
insane.
to lock in.
I don't know what's going to happen with the Warriors. Steph was magical like he always was, but Draymond's 155 years old. Jimmy Butler's 100. Like,
Coming off the ACL.
coming off an ACL. Kristaps
Steve Kerr,
Porzingis
I
is
think he has
Kristaps
AIDS.
Porzingis. Like, Moses Moody was gone for the whole year because of his ACL or whatever the hell he has going on, like patella, whatever it is. But like, I don't see where they make.
Where's the exit ramp?
You have to sign Pods and what's the other young guy that they have? Like,
I don't think they have to sign Pods.
I just what are you gonna what? There's nothing to get here. What, LeBron?
Yeah. I think that's the pie in the sky here, right? Like,
Throw a bunch of 40-year-olds out there.
hey, I mean, you're as long as 30 is still on the Warriors, like that's what you're building for. Until he leaves the building and he decides to hang it up, everything that you do is to make sure that you're as competitive as possible with him.
I don't
So
see.
yeah, if it means like throw everything out the door to get LeBron for a year or two, then yeah, I think they're gonna do it.
I mean, it would be fun to see. Obviously, maybe not as much as it would have been very many years ago because they're all pretty washed except for Steph. But like, even if, let's say, the pie in the sky LeBron comes, then you're putting out a lineup of Draymond and LeBron and Jimmy Butler and Steph and Pods or whoever else you want to throw out there. Like, what an incredible lineup. What a fun thing to see those names on the back of a jersey all playing on the same team.
I don't know how you make that happen monetarily, but yeah.
No, but let's say it does. Like,
Right.
I mean, I'm going to stay up late on the East Coast to watch the games, right? Like, it's going to be fun, right? But even if all of that happens, OKC is still the best team in the league. Then there's
Not going anywhere.
Then there's this young, promising guy named Wemby. Pretty good, right? You still have Anthony Edwards. You still have probably the best player in the NBA, Jokic.
The big Serbian, yes.
He's still there.
He's still
Right?
around.
So was that 4 teams I just said?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Rockets are still there. Like, Luka's still out there. Like, the West is too loaded
Yeah, it's bloodbath.
for those old guys to do anything.
But you like to see him give him the good old college try, right?
I
Like,
would. I mean, the thing about this year, about the NBA that's been the saddest to me besides your shit Heat, right, is the fact that you look around the NBA right now, forget the East because the East doesn't matter, but where all the stars are in the West, Kawhi is in his mid-30s, Steph's in his late 30s,
By the way, Kawhi.
LeBron's 40, like KD's old in his late 30s. Like, all of my stars are gonna be gone in a year or two.
Yeah, everyone that we grew up watching and like when we were essentially teenagers, right? Like we were teenagers watching these guys. Like,
I mean,
being the face of
Wade's
the league.
retired, but I'm pretty old now. I'm 37, so Wade was drafted in 2003.
we saw the whole career arc of Dwayne Wade. You know, we've seen the entire career arc of LeBron. We've seen
And
Carmelo.
that's the thing, and this is where I'm kind of concerned for the NBA because I went from Michael Jordan in my youth to Kobe Bryant, and I had Kobe and Shaq and Tim Duncan and Tracy McGrady and a ton of stars, right? Vince Carter, a ton of stars. And then the 2003 draft happens, and we get LeBron, we get Bosh, we get Melo, we get Wade. A bunch of more stars come through this league. Chris Paul, all these people. I'm at the end of this thing now, and the only person I care about that I like to watch, besides Jokic, who's not an American, but the only other star that I like to watch is Anthony Edwards. And he's on the East Coast playing for Minnesota that I'm not going to watch. Like, these guys in the East, Tatum, I don't like him. Brown,
I don't care for Tatum.
I don't care for Brown. Like, Jalen Brunson to me is not a big star like that, like NBA face of the league type deal. Like, you have Wemby now, but it's still early, and all these guys are retiring. I don't have anything. Like, I don't see the NBA having a giant star to pass the torch to.
I think they're priming Wemby to be that guy.
I think so, and he's great. I really like him.
He's very well spoken. Like, he's
Yes.
very good with the media, and he's a darling. And it helps that that the Spurs are competitive.
He's also not American, though, and that's
He's
the
not
thing. Is
American.
what's happening is like literally the top 4 players in the NBA, which is Wemby, Jokic, OKC, what's his name, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka. Not a single one's an American. Anthony Edwards is the top American player.
Is the flag bearer.
Right? And we're talking about going into the next Olympics with none of our guys because they're all going to be retired. Right?
Well, that shows to you like the growth, like even since that draft that you were talking about, like how much it's grown exponentially worldwide. Like you
Which
have
is
the
great.
top 5 guys in the league, like non-Americans.
Yeah, which is great, but it's like I still like because they're not Americans, with the exception of Shea, because Canada doesn't count. It's like, and he's not that interesting. Like none of those guys are like true NBA stars on and off the court. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards is the only guy off the court that could. He was in a movie. He's super charismatic. He's great. Like
That has personality. You're saying?
yeah, but he's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota. Like, and he's still not the best player in the NBA. Not even close. So it's like, we're
I
left
still
with
think
what?
they're in a good spot though, as far as like star power, because you still have. I think what the league has done well now is that there's all the stars are kind of spread out now, because now you don't have as many quote unquote super teams. So you have like I feel like the middle class of stars is stronger than ever.
Yeah, but
even
that's an
though-
NBA thing. I think for the health of the league, needs to be transcended stars. And I think there's 0 transcended stars in the NBA. Plus, the game is bad right now. There's a ton of problems with the game, which to me is kind of like a holy bleep. I can't believe this league has the most problems now, where we have been talking for over a decade about how bad baseball is. And I don't like Rob Manfred at all. I think he's one of the worst commissioners of all time. But you can't say that anymore because he fixed baseball.
Yeah, he kind of did.
He fixed. You can't. There's nothing you can say. He fixed baseball. It's shorter. And you know what's funny is I'm kind of going. I was all about making the game shorter, faster, and I'm like, you know what? A little too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you go to the game. I can't drink that many beers because next thing I know, I drink one beer. It's the 4th inning. I'm like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Because Sandy's out here dealing.
3 pitches.
Sandy's out here dealing, so nobody gets a hit on Sandy. So you go to a game. Sandy's on the mound. You're going to be home in 2 hours.
Yeah,
Because Sandy's going to go put up a 0, right?
9
He's
innings.
going to go put up a 0. The Marlins are only going to score 1 run, 2 max. Next thing you know, you're getting. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get a hot dog. You eat the hot dog. It's the 7th inning. You're like, wait a second. Why is everybody singing? The game's too fast, but that's okay. I'm just a grumpy old man. But what I'm saying is, they fixed that. The NHL has had a resurgence the last 5-6 years, right? Like,
Yeah, they're on the up. I think the problem with the NBA specifically is that you just have a huge gulf in the hierarchy of the league.
I just
Whereas
think the game.
there's
but
like
that's
a
the thing.
clear division of in the NBA of like there's about, you can argue about a dozen almost teams that are just not even trying to win.
Yeah,
and
the
that's
tanking,
the problem.
The tanking thing's a huge problem. Like they have to find a way to fix the tanking thing. There's no this 2-minute report with the referees like is a constant issue. Like and these, I mean, Charlotte took how many threes in that 50-something threes in that game?
Yeah, it was something,
Like the game has something has to change in the game in order to become a good product because we're gonna get a lot more Tyler Heroes who can't play defense, who just want to chuck up threes, and it's just not a good product to watch because, and I think I read some stat or something like that this year had the highest point differential ever in the history of the NBA.
Right,
Because you turn on a game And unless it is literally LeBron, Steph, any of these old guys, KD, right? Unless it's one of those guys playing, that game's not close. It's going to be OKC shooting 53s or Charlotte shooting 53s. And guess what? Charlotte's not a good team, but if they shoot 53s and they make 35 of them, you lost.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Wemby. I don't care if it's anybody. Those kids start making threes, you lose. And it's like, it's not a good product to watch because every game, everybody's winning by 30 points.
Yeah, because you have teams that are just not competitive or don't care to compete. And I think to add on to your point with regards to not being interesting, I think you just don't have the same contrasting styles in play anymore. Where I feel like basketball as a whole is like a lot more homogenized because of the Steph Curry effect and everyone's just jacking up threes. And that's like the old saying goes, like styles make fights, right? And when you have a league where everyone's kind of playing the same, and you compound it with the fact that you have about 10 or so teams that just do not care about winning because they're trying to just position themselves in the lottery and are playing guys from the G League, at game 40 into the season, it's just good. Yeah, you're going to have a crap product and you're going to come into the situation, the problems that they've had, even with all the star power that they've had or that they have currently.
Yeah.
The bottom half of the league is like, it's never been worse.
And it's such an easy fix to me. Like, everybody was like, oh, the All-Star game was so great this year. Yeah, because a bunch of guys tried. Wemby decided to try, which made everybody else try. Yeah. And then that's it. But you go through these 82-game regular season where literally no one tries ever. No one tries. The NBA Cup bullshit hasn't fixed it. Yeah. Like, nobody tries ever. I'm excited for the playoffs because I actually get to watch basketball for the first time this year that I actually want to watch.
Real hoops.
Real actual hoops with real stakes where people actually freaking try. And these guys just don't try all year, and you're not giving them incentives to try either. Like, they go to a game, every time somebody takes the ball up the court, there's 5 guys on the opposite side of the three-point line. Nobody's in the paint. Like, it's just the same game over and over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what made watching Ray Allen and Steph Curry so fun was watching them off the ball, run around this court, trying to get open through the middle of the paint, all these other places to get open to shoot a three. And now it's just a bunch of guys standing at the three-point line where Luke Kennard could be like the best three-point shooter of all time, better than Steph Curry by percentage, because all he has to do is stand in a corner and shoot the basketball. Like, it's just a shitty product that I don't want to watch. And I hate it because they have so many like good matchups right now in the West. And I'm like, I want to watch, but I'm kind of scared of what's going to happen because I don't think any of these games are going to be good.
I wouldn't go that far. I think there's plenty
at the
of
very
boosts
top,
for playoffs.
the Thunder Suns.
But the 1-8 is usually a quick fix.
Spurs Trailblazers. Get it out of my life. Now
that's the 1-8-2-7. Like, unless you get something catastrophic happens.
Yeah, I mean,
those we can pretty much write in pen.
I'm excited
how they're going to turn out.
I'm excited for some of these matchups. Like today is we have basketball today is starting. I think at the time of recording this, I think the Cavs and the Raptors are playing right now.
Okay.
But tonight or later today, we have Nuggets Timberwolves tip off. And the funniest thing is that matches I'm most interested in is the 4-5 Lakers Rockets. I personally think this is going to be the last time ever that we see LeBron versus KD.
Yeah, probably, and I think that's enough juice. Yeah,
I don't care that there's no Luka, there's no Austin Reeves. I don't care. Like,
it's LeBron KD. That's it.
LeBron KD. I am in it 100%. I think, of course, Anthony Edwards versus Jokic is going to be magical.
Versus Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. This guy's stolen money from the NBA. But I can't wait for that kind of matchup. I'm very excited for the East. No interest. Pistons Magic is the 1-8. No interest in Cade
Cunningham. I am interested. I'm not rooting for the Pistons. I am rooting for Duncan Robinson. Has a Duncan Robinson
By the
stand.
way, guys, stop messing with Duncan Robinson. I'm so tired of watching clips of guys trying to push around Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson's that guy.
You know who would not have let LaMelo do
Duncan
that to Bam
Robinson would have put
unscathed?
LaMelo on his ass.
Duncan Robinson.
The only thug we have around here, number 55.
Maine.
Number 55 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts, is freaking Duncan Robinson.
Duncan
I
Robinson.
can't believe I missed that white man who had no confidence in
him
shooting
so
for a
much.
while because Bam gets knocked on his ass. Best believe Duncan Robinson would have put his foot on LaMelo's throat at that moment.
For sure. I mean, and he told Jaylen Brown, "You're not like that. You're not like that."
And these guys I forgot what team they were playing, but just started trying. Duncan Robinson, like, what are you guys doing?
I'm playing with my guy.
That's a killer.
Man.
That's a killer. That guy is a killer.
I
You
hope,
don't mess
I hope he
with
shows out.
Zach Randolph, Udonis Haslem, or Duncan Robinson. That's the list. Okay?
Those are the 3 guys I want walking down with me in an empty alley.
That's the all-time dark alley team. Duncan Robinson's on it.
Duncan Robinson. So we can
Who's
see
messing with this
where
guy?
we're going.
But I mean, Pistons Magic. No,
Yeah,
thing.
nobody wants to see the Magic.
There's no good playoff matchup until the next round.
I hope the Magic get clapped.
Which you think it's going to be Celtics Knicks. I'm gonna tell you something about these Knicks. The Hawks.
Go ahead. Lean into the microphone.
The Hawks. They play tonight at 6 p.m. on Prime.
Oh, I don't think the Hawks take that.
I'm just saying.
You're going to go out on a limb here?
I don't know if I'm going to go all the way out on a limb, but if we're recording next week that it's Game 7 versus the Knicks and Hawks, I'm gonna be like,
I don't think it gets to 7 though. Maybe the Hawks push it to 6.
yeah, but I think maybe the Knicks might push it to 6. I don't think
I don't
the
know.
Hawks
I
are
think-
very good. They're young, and I don't think I know it's like, oh, you need a veteran or whatever on the team. These guys don't care. They just play 100% all the way. Their defense,
They don't know any better.
yeah, they don't know any better. Their defense is incredible.
Yeah, because they have Nikhil
Johnson.
Alexander Walker and
Naw is the old guy on the team, by the way.
and Dyson Daniels
Naw's the old guy on the team to bring it in. You have
with
Jalen
with legitimate playoff experience.
Yeah, legit playoff experience. You have him to lead these guys, to calm these guys down. You have Jalen Johnson. You have Dyson Daniels, right? You have Kuminga.
You have
Like-
C.J. McCollum, the wily vet.
I'm telling you. I'm not going to call it officially. But I'm telling
I
you,
think they scare them. They just put a little scare in them.
if the Hawks come out of that first
Make them
round,
a little nervous.
if the Hawks come out of that first round, I'm not going to be totally surprised.
I would be totally surprised.
I wouldn't be.
For the aspirations that this Knicks team has.
I understand, but we know that they're not any good.
Well, I'm not gonna say that you're a bigger Knick hater than I hate the Knicks. Let's start there. But I can be more objective about them. Their floor should be getting to the East Finals.
But they were not going to, because this year they have to go through the Celtics in the second round.
Right, but they've specifically built this team to beat the Celtics, which they did last year.
They won't win.
They were gonna beat the Celtics regardless if Tatum got hurt or not. They
Maybe
built this
the
team to
Celtics
get
look
through
really
Boston.
good. I love the Russian. Like, I hate the Celtics. I hate the Knicks. I wish both of them would lose.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I still don't see the Knicks beating the Celtics. Like, I cannot see that. I can't see it at all. And I
Like I
think
said
the
before.
Knicks are upset that the Raptors went into the 5 seed instead of the Hawks, because they didn't want to see the Hawks. I think the Hawks this year are the Miami Heat of the playoffs this year, where nobody wants to play them. There's a bunch of
I
young
wouldn't go
guys
that far.
that don't get tired, that are all 6'8" to 7 foot wingspans, that play a ton of defense.
Yeah.
And
That's
after
today's league, man.
Jalen Brunson, if Karl Anthony Towns is not aggressive, which is a lot of times he's not, like, who's going to score the basketball for that team?
Well, it's going to be him and Jalen Brunson. Again, the problem with the Knicks is not going to be their scoring. It's going to be, can you win with your two guys being not that good at defense? And you have the supporting cast around them, right? Because you got OG, you got Mikal, you got Josh Hart, like you got perimeter guys to kind of cover those
Yeah,
holes.
but my problem with them is going to be scoring the basketball against a defensive juggernaut that the Hawks are. Like I think today is going to be a huge eye opening to the national public on
I hope you're right. By the way,
Hawks.
I hope you're right.
I don't think they'll pull it off because I don't think they have enough experience. And in
Right.
the playoffs, like you need experience. But
Maybe they just put a scare in them.
I think they will put a scare, and I think that the Hawks are going to surprise like the national audience on how good they are and how good these kids are and how scary it's going to be if they decide to land some sort of superstar. Like
if the
I'll tell you one thing: if Giannis was on the Hawks, right now, I'd be terrified. The West should be terrified if Giannis ends up on the Hawks. I don't think it's going to happen, but
no.
I'm saying that team is built like that. And I think that they're going to scare the Knicks. And when the Knicks get scared and they end up, by the skin of their teeth in the second round, and they have to face a fully healthy Tatum and a fully healthy Brown, like, I don't think they go anywhere. I think they're going to come out of the second round again. I don't see.
We'll see.
I can't confidently say the Knicks are going to beat the Celtics.
Well, I think it's a toss-up, right? But I think if there's any team that the Knicks that poses a threat to the Knicks legitimately in the East that they should feel confident about matchup-wise is the Celtics. Again, and I'll say it again, Detroit Knicks last year was a lot closer than people anticipated because Detroit was new and they were babies and this and that. Now they've taken the lead. They have Cade back. If that matchup happens again, I am willing to bet that turns out differently.
That the Pistons win?
That the Pistons take the Knicks.
They have the Knicks.
And we take it back to 1992. We have Pistons Knicks in the East, and we introduce some physical basketball back into the game. Maybe we get a throwback series where it's a walk fight.
Because they have such a hard road. I don't think this first round is easy for them with the Hawks. They get past the Hawks. They're going to face the Celtics. Like, I don't have any faith that they're going to beat the Celtics. And even if they do beat the Celtics, it's in 7 games. And then they're going to run into the Pistons, who they had trouble with last year. And they didn't have Duncan Robinson last year.
That's right. That's right.
So,
the series changer.
I'm just saying, like, I find it really hard for the Knicks to get through the East. Like,
so switching gears here for a second, Brian. Who would you say individually, as anyone, any individual star this year in the playoffs, who's under the most pressure to either win it or make a legit playoff run?
Man, it's tough. I still think in the entire NBA, it's probably still Anthony Edwards.
He's under the most pressure. Like if Anthony Edwards just falls flat and they lose to Denver in 6.
I think the noise starts to get loud for him. And this is the reason why I'm saying is because the Thunder have done it already.
I disagree, though.
But I understand. Go on. The Thunder have done it already. Okay?
Okay.
No pressure for the Thunder. No pressure for Jokic. He's done it already. He's the best player in the NBA. The Spurs. This is Wemby's first time in here. Okay?
Yeah, you can't hold him. Like, if he doesn't...
I don't think there's any pressure. I think it's one of those things where everybody's like...
We're just happy to be here.
Let him get one. If you let him get one... he's going to get 50, right? Which I understand the sentiment, why they say that, right? But he still needs to show me. But it's the first time I'm not putting any pressure on that kid. LeBron is LeBron. Doesn't matter. KD, he's probably up there with Edwards because he's moved teams 45 times. So, and he's got a young cast, and he's got all the things that he needs to win the championship.
Yeah.
Şengün and those guys.
If KD gets another first-round exit.
No, I mean, they can't lose. The Lakers don't have their best 2 players. You can't lose to LeBron.
Houston's been kind of very up and down.
I know, but I'm saying you just can't lose to LeBron.
They've had a little bit of an identity crisis as well as the season has gone on, where you're relying on 38-year-old whatever KD, to carry you on more nights than you had a wish to do.
I agree. Like you can't, like, KD has a legacy thing going on, but I think the pressure, and I don't count KD because of his age. I think and he's done it already. But the pressure for Anthony Edwards, who has to stay in this league after KD and after LeBron, and to be the best American star that we have, right? Like, buddy, you got to the Western Conference Finals and lost to Luka, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody knows that you're one of the top players in the NBA. We're coming up to an Olympics in 3.5 years or 3 years, whatever it is, where you're going to be the guy because nobody believes in Tatum. Nobody likes Tatum. None of that's like, he's just not he's not that star. You know what I mean? Like, when they make the poster for the Olympics, it's going to be Anthony Edwards' face and probably Bam. Right?
And Tatum in the background, like,
and Tatum in the background not
on the
playing.
bench.
Right? Like, and I would argue that Jaylen Brown,
Is
and
better.
again, I don't understand the young kids because he streams or whatever. I don't understand all that stuff, but he's a bigger star than Tatum is. Especially this year, he's been phenomenal.
I mean, I like his game aesthetically more than
Yes.
I do Tatum's. Yes.
So, Anthony Edwards, you need to slay Jokic here. And then you need to show Wemby that it's not his time yet.
Interesting. I like it. I like it. I think it's spicy, but I'm gonna push back on you here. I'm gonna say, and I would dare you to make me an argument. Why not? That it's Donovan Mitchell.
I just don't think anybody cares about Cleveland. And I don't think anybody
But
put Donovan Mitchell in that category.
Him, as far as where he stands in the hierarchy of NBA stars, and where he's regarded, like, 'cause when we talk about Donovan Mitchell, like, yeah, he's a top 15, top 10-ish.
Yeah.
You know, when he's good, when he's got it going. Yet he's never been to a conference finals. And we had the Cleveland team last year, which fucking drummed the Heat in the first round,
As he deserved.
and came out in the second round and got absolutely punked
Right.
by Indiana. And everyone will say your chain fake. That 60-win season was for nothing. That historic offense that you guys had was nothing. The what's his name, Jared Allen, the lights were too bright memes came out, and you had this historic season in Cleveland standards. By the way, you know, for a team that had LeBron for a decade, and fell short. You didn't even make the East Finals, and now you're going into it again after like that, you know, pretty big
With Harden.
deflating drop. And now you have the biggest playoff dropper that we have seen in the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Now, as your ringleader with Donovan Mitchell, who very
And they play well
sneakily,
together.
very sneakily is also kind of a playoff dropper, despite
Yes, he is.
despite the first round, the epic first round that he had in the bubble with Jamal Murray, where they both went insane.
Mhm.
I think it's Donovan Mitchell because, and I think it's for that reason, because when it comes to Donovan Mitchell and those isolated conversations, yeah, he's top 10, he's a great shooting guard, this and that, like baby D Wade, blah 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 blah. But everyone's D Wade until it's time to be D Wade.
Right.
So if I don't see anything from Donovan Mitchell this year, if you don't at least make a push to the East Finals, then I'm sorry, brother. We can't do this anymore.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think I've ever regarded him as a guy that could win me the NBA championship. Like, I've never regarded him as, I think he's an unbelievable player. And I think if I put him on a team where I had Bam and other guys or whatever,
Yeah.
and I wanted him on the Heat, I think he's such a good compliment that,
Because this is a guy that Heat fans have wanted and has been regarded in the league as like,
because I think he's
this is a one guy. This is an alpha guy that you need to win.
But you know what it is? I think that he has showed us that he's not a one guy. He's a 1B, 2 guy. Because no doubt do I think if he was like on the Heat, let's say, that he would be our number one scorer, and having him on the team.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a contender.
Yes, you mix him with a guy like Bam or whatever, and another star of that caliber. I think it's a championship team, but it's not. It's one of those things where it's like the Jason Tatum, Jason Brown thing, where Jaylen Brown, excuse me, Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because, but everybody, the NBA regards Jason Tatum as the star on the
Right,
team.
even though Jaylen Brown outperformed him.
Right, like everybody regards Jason Tatum as the guy, and to me, Jason Tatum has never showed me anything that he is better than Jaylen Brown, let's say. But Donovan Mitchell, to me, is that guy where he's talented enough that he can probably help you win a championship, but he's not going to get that Finals MVP trophy. Like he's not KD.
You think he's the 1B?
Yeah, I see him as a 1B. I see him as a guy to add on a team like the Cavs, like the Heat, right? The Knicks, I think I would feel 100 times better about the Knicks if Donovan Mitchell's on that team. But again, when a push comes to shove at the end of the day, they're going to win because of Cat, because of Jalen Brunson, not because of a guy like Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I to push back on that, the 1B argument, like if you're saying he's a 1B, then in a vacuum, how many guys are you putting over him in the league?
I mean, a ton.
Like
we say he's top 15, right?
We're not gonna do the thing about ranking him, but like, where would you say he falls, like in the hierarchy? Like what, top 15, top 20?
I would say he has to probably be a top 15 player, like just going through.
So that would categorically that would put you like as a 1A. You should be a 1A, right?
Maybe, but most teams have two guys, right?
I just don't know how many teams you can put him on, and he's the second guy. Like it's very few teams.
I mean, I don't disagree, especially in the East.
I'm just saying for as long as he's been in the league, right? Like, and we've had a pretty big sample size now, but to this point, and there's guys that have better playoff resumes that we criticized more.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get like a fraction of it. Maybe it's because he's played in Utah and in Cleveland, and maybe we don't care.
Yeah, it's like no one cares because the markets are not very big. I think last year he made noise by being the number 1 seed and doing all that. But I think, again, like, would I put him over Tyrese Halliburton?
I think in a vacuum, I think you would. No?
Maybe, but Tyrese Halliburton broke through with
he had the one run.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. In a league where that's so obsessed over, right? Because
yeah,
we'd make these knee-jerk assessments, over one run, right? Like we were ready to crown Ant last time when they were going toe-to-toe with Denver. Or was it Dallas? I can't remember who they beat. And for a guy that has been doing it as long as he has, I feel like in a league where we're all obsessed about legacies and what this guy does in the playoffs and this and that, like I'm just surprised that Donovan Mitchell doesn't get as much.
He's definitely.
So that's why I'm saying him. God damn it! If you want to be in D Wade conversation, you want to be compared to the second best shooting guard of all time. God damn it! Get to an East Finals. That's all I'm saying. End of run.
I agree with you. I don't disagree. I just don't think.
And that's right. I said second.
No, it is true. It is true. Sorry, Kobe fans. It's true though. But I just think that he falls under the radar because you get a Tyrese Halliburton performance, right? Last year, that's incredible, and he takes his team to the finals. Like that overshadows whatever. That good story overshadows how bad Donovan Mitchell's been, right? And then you don't ever put the blame on Donovan Mitchell because, for the most part, even in Utah, he had Rudy Gobert.
And now even better, like he has the meat shield that is James Harden. Because
nobody cares about James Harden anymore because this last move was just like, all right, we're done with you. You don't want to win. We're done. We get it.
Yeah. And so like, I'm really interested, like, and I'm not going to put it on the level of a hate watch because I don't hate Donovan Mitchell.
No, I think
I dislike James Harden's game. I just don't think he's ever, he doesn't play good basketball, aesthetically pleasing basketball to me. Donovan Mitchell, much more. But I'm interested to see like how we react to this and how he comes out of this when.
I mean, I don't even think it's a guarantee that they get past the Raptors. Like,
I mean, if they better get past the Raptors.
If you tell me like the Raptors are in the second round, I'm like,
the Raptors won like what 20-something games last year, and they're putting this together on the fly with a bunch of like really big wings and Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes and you tell me that Cleveland, who's like a year removed from like this historic 65-win season or whatever the hell they had, and you get clapped again in the first round by like an upstart Toronto team, I'm sorry, man. You got to pack it up.
I mean, I think they have.
I don't want to hear about it anymore. Crank up the Donovan Mitchell rumors, the trade rumors. Heat Twitter, get together. Let's do it. Because if that happens again,
still want him?
I mean, yeah.
everything you said doesn't matter. All right, perfect.
I mean, are we gonna have the conversation that we just had about the Heat and then thumb our nose at Donovan Mitchell? Like, we can't do that. Come on.
The conversation you just had about Donovan Mitchell and his pressure, doesn't mean anything anymore because
it doesn't mean anything anymore because we're the 10 seed Heat and we've been starving for a number one guy.
On like June 7th, if you get a text saying,
"Hey, we got Donovan
Mitchell's
Mitchell
been traded to the Heat or whatever after the NBA Finals," you're good.
Hey, now he can actually be the 1A. Bam can be the 1B. You know, Bam can rightfully play his rightful spot. Hey, it's all about how the team is built, right? Like it's all about how the team is built. But in a vacuum, if we're gonna distill this to like just individual legacies, right? I still stand by that. Donovan Mitchell has the most to gain or lose this playoffs, or it has the most pressure or stakes. This playoff.
Yeah. I mean,
than any other star.
The person that is going to be the clear winner is if Wemby makes it to the Western Conference Finals. Like, I mean, that's it. Like, he's the greatest basketball player of all time. Like the way they're talking about Wemby,
they're gonna crown him.
That's what I think. So I mean, I like Wemby. I like everything about him as a player, as a kid. I mean, not as a player because he's ruining the NBA, but like as he's a nice guy. Like he handles himself well. I think he's a star, nice clean star that everybody needs. Like all of those things, I get why you want to crown him, but we
gotta hold the horses because we get together as a basketball community. We get a little horny when it comes to crowning guys because we get so caught up in the playoffs, and the playoffs are the measuring stick for everything.
Here's my thing: they're gonna put him in Aaron Judge territory for me.
Who, Wemby?
Yes, and the reason why is because
you're gonna get annoyed
again. Not anything to do with Wemby's fault, okay? But he's on a team where I understand why people get annoyed with Heat fans and Heat talk because he's on a team that has the same kind of reputation about being a first-class organization and being winners and champions. And the San Antonio Spurs do it right, no matter who's the coach, no matter who the player is. They have the best, cleanest stars. You have the big fundamental in Tim Duncan.
Duncan Robinson.
You have all of these things, and they're just going to push this narrative that this guy is the greatest thing since Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because he's the third generation now of like generational big men.
And this is why, like, I love Jokic, and I know Jokic he's been putting it on Wemby. I think the stats, like, he averages like 37 points per game, 11 rebounds a game, and 9 assists a game versus Wemby.
Yeah, just shit, yeah.
So, which is insane, okay? But I know that matchup will be great, and it's wonderful basketball. But this is why I want Anthony Edwards to win. Because I want Anthony Edwards and his mouth and his skills to be the guy to tell Wemby, not yet. No. Not yet, young man. I'm still the young guy around here. Like, that's what I want for Anthony Edwards. And it's nothing against Wemby. It's just against the coverage that he gets about how perfect of a man and player he is. That I want this 7'6" freak that ruins basketball, that he can dunk from like the free throw line without jumping, right? Like, I want that to lose to my 6'5", 6'6" guard.
Yeah, trash talking, brash.
Trash talks that is when he's hot, comes over the logo and shoots a 3 in Wemby's face for the dagger.
Those are the hoops that we need.
That's what I need
to heal the league.
For me to feel good about the NBA.
Yeah.
Because if it happens like we all think it's going to happen, that Wemby gets to the conference finals and faces SGA, and it's just Wemby putting his armpit in Chet Holmgren's face, and Chet Holmgren's over 7 feet or whatever the hell he is.
Right, exactly.
And he still looks small next to Wemby.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Like, I don't want that for the NBA. Not yet.
We still got another decade for that to play out. Like, they're both young. They're like, we got plenty of time for that to happen.
To do that, but I also need Anthony Edwards to do that on a Heat uniform. But that's a different.
So you're kind of conflicted here as far as agendas.
I would love my personal pie in the sky agenda is that Anthony Edwards gets bounced in 5 games in the first round.
And now we can crank up the machine.
And now we crank up the machine.
The trade machine.
Because I think that could break his spirit. And I think everybody's focused on Giannis.
I need to go somewhere where it's warm.
On Kawhi. And you know what? This did good last time when I said trade.
I love Spo.
What did we do? We traded McDavid to the Panthers?
Yes, we traded McDavid to the Panthers for Bobrovsky.
I have zero reporting. I have zero reporting. There is no facts behind this. But I want to point out that Anthony Edwards' favorite coach in the NBA is Eric Spoelstra. They are attached at the hip every Olympic camp. That's his guy. Anthony Edwards went to the Western Conference Finals carrying that team. Okay?
I'm gonna let you monologue here.
He carried that team. He's a star in this league. Rudy Gobert doesn't help this man. Okay? Najee Marshall's a year older. What's our other guy that's over there that's good? McDaniels.
The big man. What's his name? Jaden McDaniels.
And then the big guy. Who's 6th man of the year?
Naz Reid.
Naz Reid, also older. Like, Anthony Edwards in Miami.
You're getting. I can tell you're getting ready when you get this tone of voices because you're about to say something very sexual.
Anthony Edwards gets bounced in the playoffs in 5 games. It has to be in 5 because there's going to be a game where he scores 43, 45 points where they win.
Uh-huh. There'll be another one where he does it, but in a losing effort.
In a losing effort also. Okay? And all I want to see on my TV when I watch Inside the NBA and SportsCenter and Get Up and all the other shows is Anthony Edwards averaged the most points in the first round and their team lost type stats. That's what I want to see. Because when he gets out of that press conference,
and takes off his jersey 5, in the tunnel.
Exactly. And you know who's going to be there knocking on his door? Eric Spoelstra.
Hello. We've been waiting for you.
And he's going to hug Anthony Edwards. And behind Eric Spoelstra will be Bam Adebayo and Pat Riley.
Spoelstra's going to go up to him. He's going to have a phone call with him. He's like, how would you like to come down to the Miami Heat and play the 4 next to Bam?
I think you can trade all your first-round picks that we're allowed to trade. Tyler Hero's gone, obviously. You trade Andrew Wiggins' contract because he's going to opt in, right? Back to Minnesota, Andrew Wiggins. But you trade Andrew Wiggins.
Storybook.
You trade Tyler Hero. You get Jaquez. You get Ware. Okay? And we get back Anthony Edwards. Maybe Naz Reid for money. Okay? And that's it. And Anthony Edwards, you go into the 26-27 season with Yakusionis and Davion Mitchell. Anthony Edwards, right?
Right.
You have Bam Adebayo.
Uh-huh.
And you have Naz Reid. And whoever else we pick up. Now.
There we go. We fixed the Heat.
There's another guy out there. His name is Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, Jesus. Now you've jumped the shark. Now you've jumped the shark. Guy out there
that will be kind of cheap. Because I think he's getting suspended.
There's nothing about Kawhi that would tell me cheap.
I'm saying cheap relative, right? Giannis is going to be more expensive than Kawhi as far as assets cost.
Oh, okay. I mean, contractually, like, Kawhi is all about his money, whichever way he gets it.
I understand, but you just fleeced the Clippers for Norman Powell. You can do it again. I'm just saying, Anthony Edwards is unrealistic. Kawhi Leonard, though.
I don't know. I think this is too much pie in the sky, buddy. We're gonna let Norman walk and then I don't
Oh,
know.
Norman's not coming
I
back,
know.
but who cares? But anyways, Anthony Edwards to the Heat.
Anyways,
I'm just saying the rumors start this summer after they lose in 5. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that there's
so
going
we
to be
have
a Shams report that Anthony Edwards wants out, and his favorite destinations are the New York Knicks, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Miami Heat. That's all I'm saying is there's going to be a report. Not saying it's going to happen, just saying there's going to be a report this summer after he loses in 5.
right. So he's under the most pressure to win
Right.
immediately,
Yes.
but he's going to lose in the first round,
Right.
and he's going to find his way to the Heat.
Right. Exactly.
Got it.
You,
All right.
You have
All right. Here we
Mitchell,
go.
I have Anthony Edwards.
Here we go. That is your consistent reporting here by Brian.
Right.
Here we go.
Exactly. Book it.
Book it, ladies and gents.
But yeah, wow, we spent way too much time on the NBA, so we can close with a quick couple of things that we wanted to touch on. I know we got a little game for you to play, but we should probably touch on the hockey playoffs quickly because the hockey playoffs are also starting. The NHL, the Panthers aren't in it, unfortunately.
The Panthers are taking a gap year.
Take a gap year. They're hurt. It's fine. Get healthy.
Hurt
We'll win
dog.
again. We'll win again. But I'll tell you one thing. You have no Panthers this year. And where's my camera right here? Look.
Look into the camera.
Connor McOverrated. If you don't get it done this year, you're the worst loser of all time. Like, just general. Quit. Come to the Panthers and become a winner. BKD and just leave. And go to the best team. There is no excuse this year for Connor McDavid not to hoist the trophy. Barkov, which is his kryptonite, is not in the playoffs. I understand the West is good, but you just went through the West twice in a row. 2 years
Well,
in a
actually,
row.
the West stinks this year.
No, I mean, in the playoffs, the Avalanche are good.
You have the Avs
Stars
and
are
the Stars
good.
to worry about. Everyone else is food.
The Knights can still beat them. Like, I don't think it's that easy for them to get through. But they've done it twice in a row. So there's no excuse for them not to do it a third year. But if you're telling me you get to the Stanley Cup final, and I don't know, the Hurricanes or Sidney Crosby
That's another team on the hot seat.
or any of those makes it and you don't beat them, like, blow that shit up. I don't want to hear any more about Connor McDavid. Like, this is his year. I don't want to hear any more about Connor McDavid. I don't care. Oh, he's the greatest player of all time. No, he's not. 99 is. Okay? And in that same uniform, 99 won 5 Stanley Cups.
5.
Being an Oiler. Okay?
Wait, was it 5? Didn't he
I
win
think-
with the Kings?
Yeah, but he started on the Oilers. I think they won 5 cups.
So he
Then
won
he went
6?
to the Kings, and he won
Or he won 4
one
with
or-
the Oilers.
1 or 2. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, McDavid. Do it or don't, right?
Right.
Do it or don't.
Put
I
up
don't
or
want to
shut
hear
up.
it.
Although Colorado is a wagon this year.
They're a fun team. I like them. I like the
McKinnon.
Stars' defense a lot. So I think the second round is going to be. I mean, first of all, it's a Stanley Cup final playoffs. Like, every single game and every single matchup is the greatest matchup of all time because hockey is the greatest playoffs of all time. But just quickly for me, Avalanche, Oilers, probably going to meet in the Western Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if the Stars are there also because the Stars' defense to me is still probably the best. Minnesota Wild will give the Stars run for the money. I think their series is like the closest one as far as betting. I think it's like a toss-up almost between the Stars and the Wild. But Avalanche, Oilers in the West for me, easily. I don't know about you.
I think it has to be them. I think out of the only teams I could see that makes any sort of unforeseen run is if Vegas decides to lock the fuck in.
Vegas. Yeah.
Hey, we got who's this guy they got from? My God, his name is escaping me now. From the Leafs.
Guy? Yeah, that guy. Dummy. Dummy?
No, man.
No.
Jesus Christ. We're going to have to do the thing.
Yeah, it's okay. Doesn't matter. They're good. And then on our side of the bracket, Carolina. I mean, they have no excuse. They have zero excuse, Carolina.
Carolina, there's no Toronto, no Florida.
No. Like,
I mean, you have an upstart like Buffalo team, like they're
they
fun, but
won't
like
see them to the
you've
Eastern Conference
been
Finals.
head and shoulders like on top of the Atlantic the entire year practically.
Yeah.
Florida has been drumming you for the last 2 years. If not this year, then when, brother? I mean,
Yeah, because you look at the schedule, it's like, all right, you have the Senators that shouldn't beat you, but they're like kind of like the Panthers, and they beat you up a little bit.
Mitch Marner.
Mitch Marner, yes, sorry.
Mitch Marner. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, I can't believe I couldn't come up with that. Yes, Vegas has
Yeah,
Mitch
he's pretty
Marner. They could make a run with Eichel and their championship. They have a run in them.
I've always liked the Knights. I think they're always thereabouts, right, to be able to make
They're kind of like a gatekeeper at this point in the West.
Yeah.
Like
So,
you got to get through them as a rite of passage.
right to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but the Carolina, I mean, I don't see any team in the single playoffs in the Eastern Conference that would be as dominant as the Hurricanes have been the last few years. And you don't have Florida standing in your way this year.
No.
Like 3 years in a row, Florida has been standing in your way, but they're not there anymore. So, are you actually going to do it this year or what? Like,
Put up or shut up, man. Like
that's it.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple in the East. If they don't come out of it, then I don't know. You got to take a hard look in the mirror and see what the hell you're doing, because you got to blow it up or you got to do some sort of retool. Because I mean, I don't think the Panthers are going anywhere, and I don't know what's going to happen with the Leafs. They probably have to go through some sort of overhaul, because
I mean, yeah, they're not in the playoffs this year. Maybe they'll rebuild. I don't know if they will. I
don't know
think
if they're going to trade off Matthews, whatever. But you got to think that Florida's going to be back in the mix next year.
Florida Panthers, Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews to the Florida Panthers.
Oh no, man, come on.
I want them all, buddy. I just want to collect.
I know, but we got to draw the line somewhere.
But I will hate watch the Hurricanes this year. I think they start playing today as well. But my one story, which I never thought I would say, because I don't care about them at all, because again, they're always in the way. But Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
One last one?
Evgeny Malkin, like,
one last run.
They could do it.
They could.
They could do it.
Mean, Boston, the Bruins are a little spicy this year. So I think they're going to be a tough ass out. But hey, man, as long as you got, even if you have the old guys, right? With Gino and Sid, you can catch lightning in a bottle. Your goalie gets hot.
I mean, I can't.
East, a lot of the teams in the East are not that proven. Like, yes, you have to go through Tampa. Tampa's still,
yeah, but where they are in the playoffs,
you have to get through.
Where they are in the playoffs, they won't see Tampa unless Tampa makes the Eastern Conference Finals, and they won't see the Sabres to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they make it, they got to get through Carolina, you would think. But that's it. So I don't know. But I would love to see them make a run. I really would. I really would like to see them make a run. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited for it. There's gonna be good playoffs. Like, there should be like a surprise team this year. So it should be fun.
Definitely. So overall, what's your Stanley Cup prediction then? After
the final?
Our surface level assessment here.
I would say my safe bet, not safe bet, but realistically for me, I think it's Avalanche, probably Carolina, even though I don't want Carolina to make it. I would say Colorado, Carolina in the finals. Book it.
Okay. Carolina. I just don't think Carolina. I don't think they have that dog in them. I think they have a little bit of the same syndrome that the Heat kind of do, where when shit gets in the gutter in hockey, they just don't have it. And I've seen it because I've seen the Panthers just year after year just drag them.
Yeah, but there
in
is
the
no.
mud and
That's my thing though. The Panthers aren't here this year, like, and that's a huge advantage for him. And I don't like. Buffalo, as good of a feel good story as they have been, they're the number 1 seed. Like, it's great, but I think if Buffalo makes it past Boston, and then makes it past the Lightning, right?
Boston and Buffalo should be probably the best first round matchup in the East.
Yes, I think so. I think the best matchup in all of the playoffs is probably Stars and Wild. They're probably going to be the most toss up one, like the funnest one. But and shout out to Penguins Flyers, because Flyers, by the way, division champs,
Flyers.
like
They've been such ass for so long, and like they just pulled this run right out of their ass, and to finish top of the Met, like this whole East, the entire year was drunk. First of all, Florida's out. If I told you at the beginning of the year, Florida's out, the Leafs are out, but Buffalo and the Flyers are going to finish top nuts. 3 in the East, like
it's kind of like backwards this year, but that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think Carolina, if Buffalo keeps their magical run, it might end against somebody like Carolina that has enough experience to do it. You know what I mean? So, and you know what? You can't just like write off the Lightning. Like, they might be playing for the cup this year.
Yeah,
like
Kuch,
very easily they might be playing for the cup. Like,
Kuch is still there. Like as long as Kucherov is still there, like
who's their goalie? Is it Vasilevsky or whatever?
I think they still have Vasilevsky.
Yeah, so it's like those guys have done it already a couple times. Like,
and they've run into the Panthers 2 years in a row in the first.
Right, like you can't forget them. So even though I don't want them to win, but anyways, that's the NHL playoffs. I'm sorry that we spent so little time on it. But I think we're pressed for time now. So let's play our game, buddy.
Let's play our game. We are going to reintroduce
for the OG listeners.
For the OG listeners, our favorite little game, overrated, underrated, which is basically just me telling Brian a bunch of things, and he tells me if they're overrated or underrated.
Right.
And this time I have a little bit of a different twist to it. I added a 90s version to it. Because now the 90s are like the 70s when we were growing up.
Right.
Now the kids are all about the 90s. Like, ooh, I want to dress with baggy jeans and I want to listen to old music. So we're going to do a 90s version and see, if nostalgia really is as hard as it is.
Yeah.
And let's get started. Let's do it right away. Let's hit the music.
I'm excited. Music.
It's time for overrated or underrated. All right. Overrated, underrated, Ryan. Bucket hats.
You know what? Underrated.
Underrated.
This might be a dad thing that I am, and I'm getting older every day.
Okay.
But man, the sun is really bad for you.
I don't know if I'm there yet. I actually need some sun.
I mean, yes, you're a little blanquito,
A little sun.
You look like café con leche without the café. You know what I'm saying? But we should do a beach day. But anyways, I think that as I get older every day, and I don't care how I look, I want the sun out of my life. And the one thing that the bucket hat does better than any other hat,
360 protection, man,
is the neck area.
Oh,
which, by the way, is like the part where it holds the most heat, right? That's why we put our cool towels on our neck to cool our body down. It's like I can wear my Heat hat, I can wear my Florida Marlins hat. I can look as cool as possible, right? With my nice hats. But my neck is out here getting destroyed in our Miami heat, right? Like in this hot ass sun. And that bucket hat tells you, no, I got you, Brian. I got you, buddy.
From all sides.
Yeah.
Got your back, got your front. I got all the sides.
Underrated, kids.
Underrated.
Like, keep bringing it back. Tyler Hero, when you're eventually hurt for another 35 games this year and you wear a bucket hat, I see you, kid. Go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Underrated. All right. Putting on slides after working out.
That's overrated.
Overrated? That's underrated, man. There's nothing like a good gym run. Especially if you're a
like,
hooper or you play base, or if you play any sport, and you change out of your sport shoes into slides, nothing like it.
I agree with you when you're in sports all the time and playing it, but to be honest, again, maybe I'm an old man. I don't want to carry another thing. I don't want to carry another thing. So I do change shoes. Like I play golf. You know I play golf. And I have my golf shoes in the car right now. And when I get out to play golf, I take my current shoes off and I put my golf shoes on. But that's the extent. I'm not coming off the golf course and like I got to put my slides on immediately. I don't have time for that shit. We don't have time. We got to go eat something now, right? We don't have time for that. So the whole carrying of like, because you know what it is? You go to the basketball game, you have your little bag, and then you don't put on your basketball shoes till you get on the court because you're not going to put it on the asphalt, right?
Of course. You got your indoors and your outdoors. Come on.
So you put it on, but I've got a bag, I've got a basketball, I've got the jug of water. You know what I mean? And now I have a pair of basketball shoes as well. And when I get to the car, you have the jug because you never carry it as cool as you do out because you're tired, you finished, we probably lost by 20, 25, right? You were 0 for 3 and you only took 3 shots. Like, you know, it's a tough day, right?
Tough day at the office.
So you're carrying stuff incorrectly. You're sitting there with your slides, and now I can't get the car keys out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're digging.
That's the thing. So I'm going to say overrated just because I don't want to carry another pair of shoes.
All right. Gender reveals.
Get them out of my life. I overrated by 1,000. Listen to me very carefully, guys. Back in the day, I think we were around when gender reveals were invented. This never happened.
Never. Not to the extent that it's happening now. Like, there's very outrageous gender reveals where I'm just like, what are we doing, man?
Buddy, I've never been, like, it's one of those things that's happened in my lifetime. Like cell phones, right?
Uh-huh.
Like,
and we're just like, how did we get here?
Yeah, this advent of, like, gender reveals, like, I don't need 16 screens on my cell phone. You made an iPad. Let me buy an iPad. I don't need my phone to fold into an iPad. Okay? I don't need it. I need it to make calls. It does too many things, and it doesn't even fucking make calls. Okay?
Yeah,
so I don't need it. Gender reveals now are it's like, this guy's a former baseball player, so we need to throw him a pitch. And then there's one where now actual Major League Baseball players are getting involved, saying, watch what cleats I wear for my brother. I'm done. Fucking wait till the baby pops out, see if there's a pee-pee or not, and that's it.
That's it.
Okay?
Let's be done with it, man. Now we're contracting agriculture planes to drop some colored powder over us. And
by the way, just killing kids and their lungs and everybody else at your party because for some reason we decided colored powder is the way we're deciding the gender of kids.
That's how we were announcing it.
You know? Might as well just light a bag of fertilizer on fire and let me breathe it in.
Yeah.
So I can just die at your stupid party. And by the way, then you're going to invite me to the baby shower? So I have to buy you something for the gender reveal and buy you something for the baby shower. Mm-hmm. And I have to get dressed nicely for both because it's Miami and we have to fucking all wear all white or whatever it is.
All blue. No, you got to wear the color of the
baby that you think it is, pink or blue or whatever. And then your girlfriend's out here like, oh yeah, well, you're going to put that on? What are you doing? And then now you have to go shopping twice. You have to spend one Saturday, sir. One Saturday where she's not making you a sandwich. She's making you go to Baby R Us or if I don't know if that exists anymore, wherever it is, to go buy something. And then you have to do it again a couple months later for the baby shower. Overrated.
Overrated. Standing desks.
Overrated. Enough.
We don't need to stand.
I don't want to join a meeting where you're running on a treadmill that has no top part. Okay?
Get out of here. All right. Just sit down like the rest of us, all right?
Sit down like the rest of us. Go outside to the gym like the rest of us on your own time at lunch. No one needs to see that you're running or walking or whatever. Standing desk. Olvídate de eso.
Pokemon cards.
Underrated. Pokemon? Oh.
It's back. Speaking of the 90s, it's back.
Oh my goodness, Pokemon.
It's never been more back.
Pokemon people, there's only 151 Pokemon. After 152...
No, I found out the other day there's 1,100 of those motherfuckers.
No, there's not. There's 151. The original 151, I don't want to hear about anything else. I don't care about any other Pokemon except for the 151. I'm going to stand fucking 10 toes down on this shit. There's Pikachu, and that's it. There's this other shit. I don't know any other new Pokemons. They don't exist to me. Those are not real Pokemons. Okay?
There we go. Stand in line. That's my old man boomer take. There's only 151 Pokemon.
That's it. That's what God made. Okay, God made 151 Pokemon, and that was it.
It's gonna stay that way. God damn it.
Coño.
Raising Cane's.
Overrated. It's just chicken tenders, guys.
It's just chicken tenders, and it's not even good chicken tenders.
They're okay. PDQ is better for me.
Flanagan's Croqueta Poppers. This is a very Miami thing. If you don't know, it's shout out Flanagan's.
Big
It's
Daddy.
basically a ham croqueta stuffed into a ball with Flanagan's barbecue sauce.
I think. Wow, this is tough
Mm.
because we've both had them,
Yes.
right? We both had them. It was a phenomenon down here in Miami.
Novelty.
And shout out to them for doing this, but
Shout out to Vicky's Bakery too.
exactly, what a collab. I think the idea was an A+ idea. The execution was a B.
I think I agree.
It was still very good. Like, it was a combination I didn't know that I needed in my life, that I didn't know was allowed. I didn't know Trump allowed it. I thought it was a federal crime to do something like that.
Yeah.
And they did it, and it was incredible as far as the idea. There's just a little bit missing in the execution. We both had it, and you had it before I did, and you told me what to expect, and I was like, okay, maybe. And I think we agree 1,000% on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Flavor, great. It needs the sauce. Without the barbecue sauce, it doesn't work because it's dry. The consistency they did, it tastes like a croqueta.
It tastes like a croqueta.
It tastes like a croqueta. Don't get me wrong. They nailed the consistency of a croqueta, except for the fact it was a little dry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. All right. Moving right along. Publix chicken tender pub sub.
I mean, it's still underrated because the rest of the country doesn't have it.
Still
It's
underrated.
the greatest sub of all time. Shout out to Spider-Man, by the way. I saw Spider-Man put up a video where he had a pub sub for the first time in his life because he's selling some non-alcoholic beer that I'm never going to try.
Right.
But it's in Publix, and I guess he celebrated that while having a pub sub. And I think he had a buffalo chicken tender.
Nice. That's
Pub sub?
that's the one. That's the peak sub.
And it's just like, shout out to him. But America. Listen to me, America.
Listen to him.
This is the greatest sub that you could buy. I still stand on, if Publix decides to open up their own Subways, they will put Subway and Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's and all those places out of business. This is the greatest sub there is. Underrated.
Underrated. Forever
Underrated.
NFL Red Zone.
Underrated. I mean,
I think it's overrated.
No, I can sit there. There's nonstop football, and I have this guy talking to me at 1,000,000 miles an hour, buddy, the Octobox. Oh my god,
it's like crack. It's too much.
Put that shit in my veins. Now, the after effects of
overwhelming.
Doing crack cocaine and a little heroin, and then it's 8 p.m. and you realize,
you're on the.
I've only eaten chips.
You're coming down.
So none of the lights are on in the house.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to anybody today. And you wake up and you're like,
in your own like filth.
Yeah. The only time you got up was to piss. And guess what? You have to piss at 8 p.m. because you don't piss that much because they put the Octobox on. And I'm just watching everybody do action. And it's incredible. Yeah. So the feeling afterwards, overrated. But if you're a drug addict, it's underrated.
Ugh. I'm still saying it's overrated. Chinese takeout.
90s takeout.
Chinese takeout.
I mean, I think underrated. It's such a good comfort food. I mean, comes in a box. Like, you can get whatever you want. You get full. You're never dissatisfied.
Yeah, you're never not going to be full.
And you can heat it up
like
the next
day.
Great
Sunday food. Like, you don't want to do anything. You just order Chinese. Like, yeah.
It's $10 and they give you 3 meals in one plate because they give you 40 pounds of rice, 40 pounds of chicken.
Give me that honey chicken, boy.
Yeah, Jesus.
All right, moving forward to our 90s version. We're going to dial it up a little bit harder in our 90s stuff. Dialing it back to when Walmart sold pet fish Overrated or underrated?
Underrated. I miss going to the back wall and seeing all the fish. I mean, I thought they were going to put PetSmart out of business. I cannot believe you could go into a Walmart, get pan, get a t-shirt and shorts for the basketball game we're about to play, and walk out with a fish.
And walk out with
I
a
mean,
fish.
what a time to be alive.
Walk
right
out
in the
with a
back
bait
there
of
by
fish.
the garden center entrance. Oh, so good.
All right. Vehicles when they had the lighter in the ashtray.
I mean, underrated. I know smoking's bad, but do I miss that? Miss that?
There's a generation of kids or folks
They have
that
no
don't
idea.
know what the fuck that is. A self-lighting igniter. Just
We used to be able to create flame in our
just light your
cars.
dart
Kids.
in the car, just bam.
I don't think my daughter even would ever know what that is. I could be able to click something. It would then light itself on fire. Right? So I can light a cigarette in my car.
In your car.
And there would be a pull down tray where I can drop the ashes in.
I mean, we had it all. We had it all.
What does this country come to? My God.
I mean, all right, moving along. Soda tops that would allow you to get a free drink redeemed.
Oh
for a
my
free
God,
drink.
underrated.
Remember that?
Oh my God, you fucking twist the thing and you look. Oh,
You got a
my
free code.
God. What? Oh,
Take me back.
what? I mean, I miss that. Underrated.
Underrated. All right. Hitting the TV to correct the image.
That's overrated. I mean, that's one of those things that we fixed that I'm glad we did. You know?
I mean, but like, man, damn if you're not tempted to do so even with these new TVs and see if it works.
Oh yeah.
Problem
Yeah.
is you just don't have anywhere to hit it. It's not
the
thick
paper
enough.
now.
It's just
But
paper.
oh my God, do I miss hitting the Sony Trinitron on the right side?
Girls Gone Wild commercials.
I mean, underrated. The kids today have porn however they want to get it, whenever they want, on their phones, on their Nintendos.
We used to have to wait for it and
I
earn
used
it
to wait at 2 a.m. for an infomercial
just to see it still bleeped,
just to see a censored titty.
just to see some censored titties. Still have
My
to wait
goodness.
to 3-4 in the morning when nothing was on, and you're just like, hey, Girls Gone Wild. But what a time, man.
Wow. What a time to be alive.
Pizza Hut when they had a salad bar.
Oh, I mean, underrated. I think they're bringing them back now.
Oh,
but
are
underrated.
Underrated.
There's a couple of Pizza Huts that have salad bars.
Yeah, it was like
But
it's like a
underrated.
dead art.
I mean, underrated. And you know, as an aside, and maybe this might be a Miami thing, but do you remember Belante's in Town and Country Mall?
Absolutely.
Where you could have, it was a pizza buffet for $5. I remember as a college student, frequently there all the time. And they also had a pasta station.
They had a pasta station. You had white or red sauce.
Oh my God. But shout out to
$5,
Pizza
man.
Hut.
That's unthinkable
bar.
now.
Oh my goodness.
Water beds.
Overrated. What are we thinking? What were we thinking
It
with
was
that?
one of those ideas like we're just like, hey, what about this?
And everybody goes, you know what? Yeah. And nobody questioned it. And just not good for you. I mean, it leaked. Just dumb. Overrated.
I remember my parents had one though.
Ugh.
I
Fun,
don't know
right?
why. But,
Remember slapping it?
Slapping it. It was hard. It was hard, and it would just, you just wiggle. I'm like, okay, I guess this is just how we're sleeping now. I'm just literally sleeping like
my
I'm in the middle of the ocean on a raft. But it was a sign of the times, bro.
What a stupid idea, but so great.
Oh man, snake on your cell phone.
Underrated. One of the greatest games of all time. I think that kids don't understand that not everybody had video game systems because they were all like $7 million.
Yeah, even
And-
for an N64.
And to sit there and play Snake on your blue Nokia,
Yeah, it was a blue.
that you could sit there and get entertained in class.
Mm-hmm. Silently. Just
Oh my God.
the only thing
what a
you would hear
difficult
was the clicking of the actual buttons.
And you couldn't pause it, kids. Now that you can pause games and save
pause
things,
it.
yeah, you lost. You looked up for a second, it's over.
It's over.
Ugh. Underrated.
Oh, well, that's all I got, buddy. That was
overrated, underrated. I missed it. That was a good one, buddy.
Our latest rendition of overrated, underrated. Tune back in for next time. We don't know when that will be, but
oh my god, we should probably end it on that. But you have a stat for me, and I think that's gonna be the last thing of the pod. Give me the stat.
I want to introduce, or not. We reintroduce underrated, overrated. Now I want to introduce something we'll be doing more regularly is our Barry Bonds stat of the day. And if you don't know, we are a big Barry Bonds pod. He's the greatest baseball player of all time, argue with the wall. And so we decided to commemorate.
And by the way, I saw him hit 73 home runs. Aaron Judge wasn't even close. Aaron Judge hit 62. Yes. Not even
second
close.
Place.
Okay, go ahead. Not even second.
Oh, that's right. He's first place ever in like the AL, right? In the division.
Highest in the AL, yes.
Highest ever in the
AL.
But
okay. I saw Mark McGwire, I saw Sammy Sosa twice. I saw
Congratulations,
Barry Bonds. Get out of here. 62.
Congratulations. So yes, we are gonna commemorate every episode with one spectacular Barry Bonds stat that just really shows how dominant he really was, and nothing in sports is more interesting to us than Barry Bonds stats because of just how the sheer dominance that he had. So this episode's stat of the day, Barry Bonds stat of the day, was that for his career, and this is a little bit on the antithesis side of Barry Bonds, but just to show you, for his career, Barry Bonds is 0 for 3 for 3 strikeouts against Rick Ankiel.
Get out of here.
Rick Ankiel. And this is 20-year-old Rick Ankiel.
Who later became an outfielder.
A pitcher who then later flamed out, and then became an outfielder and kind of rediscovered himself in the 2000s. Barry Bonds, the greatest hitter of all time, was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts against him.
Rick Ankiel, the Barry Bonds killer.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
First at bat, and now just to add a little bit more, because we love getting into the weeds, especially with Barry Bonds stats. First at bat was a full count and struck out swinging.
Wow.
Second at bat, struck out swinging on 3 pitches.
What?
Third at bat, struck out looking on 3 pitches.
He could not figure that guy out.
The only pitcher, only one other pitcher in the history of Barry Bonds, in the history of baseball, has faced Barry Bonds 4 times or less and have 3 strikeouts. The other pitcher, do you want to take a gander, Brian? He is a fellow countryman of yours.
Pedro Martinez?
No.
Who?
Got to get a little bit more stout.
Stout?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Bartolo Colon.
Struck out Barry Bonds 4 times?
Bartolo Colon. No, he struck him out 3 times, but he faced him 4 times.
Oh my goodness.
3 at-bats, obviously, struck out. Let's read it off. First at-bat, struck out swinging. Second at-bat, struck out swinging.
Oh.
Third at-bat, struck out swinging.
Oh.
Fourth at-bat. And mind you, all of these stats were in 1 outing. This isn't one like a smattering. This is all in 1 game that these happened, these instances. Fourth at-bat, Barry Bonds home run to take the lead in the 9th.
He figured him out. OPS goes up the 4th time around. 4th time around.
That, for you, ladies and gentlemen, is your Barry Bonds stat of the day.
That's such a good one. Usually we talk about Barry Bonds' hitting stats like the most amazing things ever. That was such a good one. Rick Ankiel and Bartolo Colon are Barry Bonds killers.
Barry Bonds killers. Only ones who've ever done it. There you have it, folks.
Oh, buddy, what a good job out of you.
I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything. We've gone on longer than we intended, but it was I had a great time.
It's good to be back, buddy. Our spring break is over.
Some new things and some old.
We're back. Like, subscribe, share
on all the socials.
Comment.
Tell us we were good. Guys. Tell us we were bad. But just tell us.
Exactly.
And so until the next time, see you around.
See you, buddy.
See you.